Hi everyone, it's Jen here from tarotspirit.net, and I'm here to do your February 2017 tarot reading. I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot today. Hope everyone's doing well. Sorry I'm not very chatty today. I guess I should be talking, but I'm just concentrating on shuffling here. Lots of people in this reading this month. At the bottom of the deck is the Daughter of Swords, which would be the Page of Swords. I just love owls. The wisdom. There's they they're known to be wise, so the intellect, and that's what the swords is all about. And owls have, they're able to, they're up high. They're obviously fly and are in the air. So just by nature of being up in the air, you get a very big perspective because you can see so much better up there. But they're also able to tune in to the most minute sounds and zero in on a tiny mouse in a giant field. So with this wisdom, they're also able to get very clear about certain things and really get their thoughts very clean and focused. They don't get cluttered up with lots of emotion or they're just they're just able to cut away lots of all the extra things that humans put into their thoughts, past experiences, their emotions, and things like that. And they can strip all that away and really get focused and clear on what they're thinking about. So that's an underlying energy, is to get very clear, get your thoughts very clear this month. We have actually 3 pages on the table. Pages are new beginnings. So new thoughts, beginnings. Yeah, I guess I don't need to say any more than that. That's kind of says it all. The Page of Pentacles was in the reading I just did for this week of January 29th. And this page starts out wanting to make some tangible changes in their life. And they know this is the earth sign. This is the grounded, the slow moving suit in the deck. And so this page understands that things he or she begins now may not pay off right away. There's no instant gratification for this page. But they start because they have the understanding that if they just keep at it and methodically work away at it and keep the long goal in mind, that eventually there will be rewards for their efforts. And the suit's almost always successful because they are patient and they just keep working away. It's slow and steady wins the race. So understanding that these new thoughts here with the Page of Swords may take some time to bring from the brain into the physical world. And we also, where's my other page? Oh, we also have the Page of Wands. Here, so it's great. We have the idea with the Page of Swords, the new idea. the Page of Wands is the energy, the enthusiasm, the motivation, the passion to get us off our asses and actually do something, because you can have lots of thoughts but never actually put it into action. So this is putting into action. And this page is the resources, the money, the time, the actually physically carrying it out. So we have, I would say we have all but the emotional aspect, but here we have the Knight of Cups. And this is a change of heart. The Knights bring about change. They have a lot of energy in their suit. So this is a lot of emotional energy. But what's really great is that this change of heart, but it isn't, we're making sure that we have our thoughts right, and we have the resources, and we have the energy to do it. It's not purely being motivated just by our emotions, which I think is good, because sometimes our emotions can change quite quickly. I know, like, if I'm get in a fight with someone, I mean, have you ever had this happen? I've had a disagreement with someone that I've known for years, and in that moment, you question the entire relationship. You're like, how could they have done this to me? And I how could I ever be friends? But then time passes, and you're able to process it a little more and put it into perspective in the whole construct, the whole timeline of an entire lifetime that you've known them, and you can understand that it was an isolated incident, and it doesn't mean the entire, relationship was false and everything, is just shot to hell. And so, it's good to have our emotions, to emotionally care about something, but not always the best to have it be driving all of our reactions. I feel like emotions can be more reactionary than taking purposeful action. Obviously not all the time, but we have another card here of getting that higher perspective and really figuring out where we want to go. I love this card because this Three of Wands, it almost looks like a portal. So it's kind of like when we these new beginnings, we're going to step through this portal into a new way of life. I know that's kind of psychedelic and out there, but that's just what it reminds me of, like stepping into a new, I don't know if I want to say reality, but sort of like a new level, a new dimension. That's not. I mean, I don't think we're literally going to change dimensions, but a new level of seeing things, a new way of being and acting and thinking and going forward. What's this card? I haven't used these. This looks like the Six of Wands. Oh, the Six of Wands. The Victory card. Look at this beautiful butterfly. So really transformation. I feel this really fits with this card. A new beginning for us, where we're going to be transforming our lives. We're still us, but the caterpillar, once it turns into the butterfly, never goes back to being the caterpillar again. So it's that type of energy. And we have, Jesus, I didn't really look at these. We also have the Wish card. We have the Victory card and the Wish card. And then here we have the Ten of Wands. And I kind of love the Ten of Wands because sometimes you just need to go, screw this. And if you think about I think it's the Rider-Waite, the person has the 10 wands on their back and they're like bent over, and it's all these burdens, and I sort of just feel like with this card, it's like dropping that huge bundle that we've collected, because half, if not more, are obligations that we don't even really have. We've taken on because other people have sort of told us we needed to, or imposed them on us, and we've allowed it to happen. So it's not like it's not our doing. We don't have to take on responsibilities if we don't want to, if we don't truly believe there are responsibilities. So really examining, like, okay, of this, all this baggage I'm carrying, what really is my baggage, first of all? And do I really need to keep carrying all of my baggage? So it's really weeding out, doing some inventory. Again, that higher perspective. What's mine? What isn't mine? Putting up some boundaries. I don't need, that's really not mine to carry. That's my spouse's, or that's my kids, or that's my parents, or that's my whatever. And I'm giving it back to them. I'm not picking that one back up because that doesn't even belong to me. And this one, I'm not sure why I'm carrying it. I think I thought society thought I should carry this, and so I'm not picking that one back up either. And really getting clear, that Page of Swords energy, on what is your burden to carry, what you need to carry forward as well. Because a lot of the things that we carry unnecessarily. It's kind of, remind me of Eckhart Tolle's The New Earth. He tells this, I think it's a Buddhist story about these two, I'm probably getting this wrong, but you'll get the gist of it. These two monks were walking, and I think in their practice, they're really supposed to stay to themselves. But he saw this, there's this big like mud hole or something, and this woman needed help. So one of them went and carried the woman over the mud hole or whatever and set her down, and they kept walking. And miles later, the other monk said, why did you do that? Why did you carry that woman? You weren't supposed to do that. And just, it was really eating at him. And the man who had carried the woman said, I put her down miles ago. Why are you still carrying her with you? And I that really stuck with me. I thought it was a beautiful example, because how many times do we carry just things that just are unnecessary, things that bug us, things that happened when we were 10 years old? And it's like, so we need to actively work on cutting things like that out of our lives, and to lighten ourselves and allow us to move forward more freely. And we end here with the Hierophant, and he's wisdom. He's that, and I like the lightning in here. It's the key to our freedom and to moving forward, the aha, the wisdom, the waking up, the understanding. And I love this card because I often feel like this type of wisdom comes to us in ways we don't necessarily traditionally think, even though this is a card of tradition. Yeah, sure, if I seek out Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth, I'm going to get some wisdom from it, and that's great. And obviously I have. But I also find I gain a lot of wisdom from my son and a random person I meet on the street, and just little situations and nuances and serendipitous happenings that just sort of, for whatever reason, in that moment, at that time, strike a chord, and something just shifts, and I just sort of get something I never got before. So be on the lookout for things like that this month. Those little, quote unquote coincidences that really sort of open our mind to a new way of thinking, a new way of doing things, a new reality for ourselves, a new way of perceiving the world and walking through the world. But let's focus on these cards, because why the hell not? We got the Wish card and the Victory card. And these don't mean that you're just all of a sudden, out of the blue, everything's going to be handed to you. No, it's interesting. I switched those cards. You have to set yourself up for getting your wishes and getting your victory. You know what I'm saying? So this doesn't mean these cards, tarot cards, I use them for like thought-provoking. They're not, to me, really predictive. Here are some energies out here. Here are some ideas for how you can set yourself up for the best possible outcome. I'm just going to leave it there. I could just ramble on, and there's really no need to. You guys now have to, if you want to do the work and sort of ponder some of these ideas and messages that came up and see how they can apply to you in your situation. So, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you have a really great February. Happy Valentine's Day, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care.